When it comes to Zenyatta, compared to Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2, Zenyatta has suffered a lot as a support character. Because the game is now 5v5 with one less tank, all the characters are allowed to play a lot more aggressively, which makes the targets on supports even that much bigger. Because support characters are now a lot more vulnerable because they can't hide behind a second tank, and because they're now a bigger asset to target, a lot of support characters, they have to be able to sustain themselves. And when looking at most of these support characters, they have some way of either getting away from the fight so that they can heal because of their new passive, or they can just flat out be like harder to kill. Let's start off with Baptiste, because I'm going to save Ana for last. Baptiste has an immortality field which makes it so that he cannot go below 10% HP. That already makes him very much harder to kill. Now Brigitte gets the same idea, except she doesn't have an immortality field, but she does have a shield. So if you want to beat a Brigitte, you have to get past her shield, which makes it harder to kill her. Now as for Kiriko can just flat out teleport, so if she's in too much danger, she can just run away. And the idea of running away applies to Lucio, Mercy, and Moira as well. Now for Lucio can flat out run up walls and has a speed boost mechanic, so it can be hard to take him out because he's just zooming around everywhere. Now as for Mercy, once again you have to take her out very quickly because she has the Angel Dash ability. If she sees someone to lock them, she can just literally get out of the situation. And the same thing can be applied to Moira, except she has Shadow Sneak. Zenyatta does not have a tool like these two where he increases his own survivability, or these four where he can just flat out have a way to run away. Now Ana is in the same boat as Zenyatta because she also doesn't have a way to make herself tankier or have a way to just disappear from the fight. But she still has a way to neutralize enemies that are up close, and that being her sleep dart. Zenyatta on the other hand doesn't have any backup tricks to avoid situations like this other than his kick. And while that kick is good because it has a lot of knockback, I don't think it saves it from his lack of mobility. If Zenyatta gets to a really bad situation, he becomes like a box of scraps. And in a game that's as kinetic as Overwatch 2, that's gonna happen quite a few times. Now that said, outside of that, Zenyatta is actually very much playable. In terms of healing, the Orb of Harmony is actually pretty good because while it does not heal as much, it has a very far range because the range is just the line of sight. And when we look at the Orb of Discord, it allows you to shred through enemies. Like Zenyatta is a character who's actually capable of 1v1ing a tank. On top of that, Zenyatta's range is actually incredible because his orb doesn't actually have a distance drop off. So looking at Zenyatta, even though he's cripplingly vulnerable to getting flanked, he brings a lot of utility to the table because A, he can heal from afar, and B, he can also make enemies more prone to damage. So he is playable. I play him. He is my third most played character. At the same time, I don't think he's that strong compared to his peers. If I had to rank the support characters, I would say like Brigitte, Kiriko, Lucio, and Moira, there would be like S tier. Mercy and Baptiste would be, say, A tier, and then I would probably put Ana and Zenyatta at like B tier. But that's just me. Even though I'm ranking Zenyatta as B tier, he is still a very much playable character. Like, I would rather have Zenyatta as a support hero than Doomfist as a tank. But if you ask me, I do think Zenyatta could use a buff. If there was a way to either make himself faster than make enemies slower, he would shoot up in ranks. But as it stands now, he's playable.